4, 3, 2, 1.
I imagine it's already very pay to win, but I will say this game gives a
5,
there's just so
4,
goddamn
3,
much to do in it every
2,
single day, and it gives
1.
all the currencies you can buy in numbers bigger than I expected. Like, I feel like you'd have to be a giga whale to really just some amount of money that I can't even comprehend spending on a mobile game.
Beware.
Okay, I'm stun one of these out so they're not synced.
Spread.
Kick.
So I got the first stun on the loader bots
Beware.
or the souls from Chaos Nova.
Spread.
Kick.
Just pretty much going to continuously send into this shredder until it starts to get lower. I'll send one more glaive into it. After that, I want to swap to a different target. Maybe not, actually. They're not really hitting it. I'm not going to send my Imora here because the pack's dying.
Beware.
Oh, we're going left. So, after that initial scaffolding dies, typically I won't put marks on them anymore, but that first one, not much damage is coming out at the start of the pull, so I find it's pretty useful to put a mark into it. After that, I'm going to send multiple glaives into the Architect. However, I'm going to swap off it here, because when it hops up on its construction, it gains this buff for 90% reduced damage taken, and that does work on Wounded Quarry. So, now I can throw another glaive, and I can swap back to it, but I don't want my mark to be on it and be wasting 90% of my Wounded Quarry damage while it's up on the scaffolding. Plus, it's going to die similar timing to the rest of the pull anyway, even though I swapped off, so it's like perfect. It's not like you need to kill that mob first or anything. I'll hit an Imprison because I don't trust them. Set my focus, so I'm going to interrupt the surveyor that is over on the right there. It's a less convenient one to hit. Always moving when shredders are coming out. That's what my beware text is. I can move through the frontal briefly, but not sitting in it for too long. Looking to come over here for my kick. Shredder again. Gonna send my Nova for souls. Another shredder. You can also double jump and glide and not get hit. It's not convenient to do all the time. As long as you're just like walking through these briefly, they don't really hurt that bad either. I'm gonna swap the other shredder because they're not gonna pull this in like a real key. And I want to keep spending all my glaives very quickly towards the start of the pull.
Beware.
I'll do one more. If I generate another glaive, I'll be saving it for boss at this point. Usually, the threshold I go with is about 200 million health on the highest mob. That's around the last time I'm sending a glaive. I won't have another glaive anyway. Absolutely never send on a pull like this. Like, if you just send a glaive here, you're just losing so much damage. Gotta be trying to cleave off Bront here. Multi-target, so I'm going to get my buff before I use my AoE buttons that hit hard, like I-Beam, Sigil of Spite.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Go for a big hit.
Beware.
One charge can get all those, but we'll see if he does.
Beware.
He doesn't. That's okay.
Beware.
The tank should just leave it in here, and then we take the last circle out, but now this last circle could be insta-dispelled. You really want to hit Bront. Like, other melee seem to not be. And you can just see the health gap. There's already a 500 million health gap between these. I'm not going to press meta right away. I'm waiting for the next Ivy to come up.
Beware.
Charges are coming, so pre-plan where you're going to be charging him.
Beware. Beware. Run away, little girl. Run away.
Let's get another walk on this. Hitting Bront, as I mentioned. Still want to space my glaives out, though, where I have that unempowered before I throw my next Blade Dance, and then I'm not overriding this thrilled fight.
Run away, little girl. Run away. Beware.
I've gotten a crazy amount of this key.
Beware.
The spell circles, I've never gotten that many on this boss.
Beware.
Okay, so she won't spawn more bombs, and it is a prot warrior, so this should be okay. It's just very inefficient, sleep-wise, to kill the boss like this. And he's not taking it back. We need to kill the boss now, though. If she dies now, he won't charge, so we can't kill her off yet.
Beware.
Charges need to start.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
Lined it up perfect to hit them all. She's actually not dead, surprisingly. But yeah, horribly inefficient. If you spend that time hitting Bront, that could have been extra time where you get to 2-target, and you just want to throw all the damage you can into Bront. I'm going to throw one more glaive into him here, because again, over that 200 million health. Is it any idea if it's worth to change a crafted weapon for a 2 myth? It is, for keys. I have double myth weapons, because you don't even want Ascension in keys. Ascension's bad. Granted, it's very minor either way, but yeah. On this crossover, I'm not 100% certain what they're doing, so I'm just gonna do this and meld. That will reset. Point of that was so I don't have my glaives expire. I will stun. Typically you want to do it after 3. They're just spamming their buttons. That's awful.
Dispel.
You wait for 3, then you stun.
Dispel. Dispel.
I'm gonna meta off the pack
Dispel.
to not stun DR them. Fearing. And
Dispel.
I got 4.
Kick. Dispel.
Continuously swapping, 'cause you don't really want to kill any random one off. This you can purge the heal off the kelps, you really should.
Dispel.
And it's dead, so we're good.
Dispel.
I'm gonna go back and grab my souls here. Usually takes a bit for pulls to be set up anyway. Don't want to leave your soldiers behind. Never done this route.
Kick.
As I mentioned earlier, sending into the first scaffolding is fine. After that, don't really send into scaffolding. I'm going to look to Nova on this first set of loader bots, which are not fully synced because they actually pull separate. So you wait until wind-up goes off.
Kick.
If you do it before wind-up goes off, they're going to recast. If you do it where only 2 of them have gone off, then the third one's going to get even more desynced. Now at this point, I'm going to swap targets. I'll do it to the highest health, which is the Surveyor. Just going to hit the scaffolding here. And I can actually stick on the Surveyor because it was out for so long and it got pulled in so late. And you can see the Architect's health is pretty low. I can send my Hunt into it. I do want this to die kind of more even, so I'm going to keep swapping targets around. Probably shouldn't have sent that Immolation actually.
Kick.
That mob will die up there, so it doesn't really matter. it's still taking 10% of the damage that's going out. So yeah, it dies without killing the Scaffolding just fine. Don't ever do this. Stunning before RPGs go out. RPG is a very fast cast, reload is a very slow cast. You want RPG to go off, because you're just going to run out of stops. I am going to stun right after that goes off to get my Nova off, because they threw all the stun DRs into the pool. This will already be stun DR, so I don't need to go for meta. I'll Fear Sigil that thing. I'll get the kick on that. I'm going to look for an Imprison on this mob now. Because again, it is stun DR. The stun DR should be running out after this one, probably. But just to make sure, I'm going to Belt Knock it. That's my Engineering Belt from BFA. Get the Interrupt on that mob. The Death Knight could be stopping this with grips. He just has not been this whole key, so I'm going to keep assuming that he will not do that. It dies before RPG goes off, doesn't matter. But yeah, if they didn't just blow all the stuns on pull before RPG went off, you want it to go off. You need RPG to go off before you start stopping. It's a difference of like a 2-second versus 8-second cast, which means you need about 4 times as many stops to stop it before an RPG goes off.
Beware.
Which obviously does not work.
Beware.
Keeping this where it is, I'm just going to Fell Rush through. I'll have a little tip for these Mecha Drone kicks on my next kick as well. I didn't use it there. And just continuing to kind of space out. You can see that I was still hitting some Empowered Glaives on that drone. This is a low key, so I don't need to swap off the boss, really. These will just die pretty much in time. So, for the kicks every time, if you hit tab after the kick starts, and you haven't been spamming tab target, it will tab target the mob that is casting, allowing you to kick easily. So a pack like this, where it's going to be inconsistent which one's casting, and swapping all the time, hard swap the mech drone. I probably should swap this one earlier. But it makes it easy to hit the correct target, and make sure that you are not hitting Big Mama during this, because she takes 80% reduced damage. I'm not going to send meta into this window. It's actually better, in my opinion, to send your damage into the ads than it is into the damage burn. You can do big hitting things like Sigil of Spite, getting one Reaver's Glaive in, Hunt itself is actually really good, but you do not want to send all your damage into the burn window and not have it for ads. This is where we do more effective AoE, which gives us funnel. So every time I do this, I get a big Wounded Quarry tank. Right here I'm going to do it again, so I'm going to Fell Rush when it casts, and I'll be just fine.
Beware.
Square is really high compared to the other one, so I'm actually just going to swap early and hit it. Again, in this key level, probably don't have to. And you also want to use your Immolation Ores in the main phase. You don't want to use it on single target. It's much more effective on the 5 targets, even with the damage amp. That mob will come back in and die pretty much any time here.
Beware.
And as I mentioned with the damage amp, you don't want Reaver's Glaive to hit until it goes through, because getting triple damage on that is going to buff the Soul Scar and the Wounded Quarry hit from it as well. Send one Ivy window into it. How many glaives do you throw during intermission? Typically just one. I try to use all my glaives for the ads, because ad damage is, in high keys, the struggle.
Beware.
So when a cast starts here, I can tap target and get it. It'll be tab kick. See? Nice and easy.
Beware.
I'm gonna walk through the mobs with my hunt to put the dot on them. We are gonna have to do one more burn phase anyway, so I'm just gonna hit the ads to force to the triple damage burn.
Beware.
Especially because Moon is so high in particular, so that's why I swapped my mark to it as well. And I can put one more glaive into Big Mama after we phase. And the boss dies faster that way than trying to just burn it. I'm only hitting a little bit, and I'm just sitting here Chaos Striking to get additional glaives. Wow, we're doing this pull like this. What a
Run
cringe
away.
pull. Why are you stunning these, man? Yeah, I'm stunning for souls before they're all fully stunned yard.
Run away.
RPG is really not that dangerous, but... What the fuck
Run
are we
away.
pulling?
Run away.
See, this is all fucked just because the Pally hodged one of the reloads, and then stops kept getting used to stop the RPG. So now they're desynced, and it's just really bad. You never want to stun the core RPG. It doesn't proc souls if it can't be stunned. That is correct. If you Chaos Nova a stunned yard pack, there will be no souls. Not throwing another glaive into this pack, because this mob will die around the same time Reaper's Bark is expiring anyway.
I need a target.
Is that the same with CC Sigil? Yes, but it's not going to be Feared Yard. If you're trying to CC Sigil on a boss, that's correct. You do not get a soul. You will apply Demon Muzzle for DR, but there's no case you really need that this season. So again here, they're going to stun this Demolitionist, and they just shouldn't. All you do is you stack up,
Run away.
and then we can stop it after this. I'll get the kick, and I'm going to try to babysit the Demolitionist now. I'm surprised they didn't stop it, but it's good that they didn't. It got storm bolted. Okay, got stopped again. We don't have kelps after this, so I don't gotta worry about that, but I can burn Imprison on it. And just because it's high health, I'm gonna target it. Cast went off, but it doesn't really matter. Stun DR should be gone, so at this point, we're just gonna stun it out. Pack's dead.
Run away.
Healer's going for that, so that's fine. I'm just gonna plant the bombs. Use Vengeful for mobility. Same thing in this pull. Tab target, kick, harpoon. It's that simple. You just tab target and kick. That's it. Now, in the high key, these are brought on the boss for funnel. 3 at a time, not all 6, because that's psychotic. Our healer's playing away, so it flipped away from us, easy. Throwing my glaive before my Thrill the Fight expires to get the 32% bonus damage from Thrill the Fight on it. Because again, Thrill the Fight applies to just Reaper's Glaive twice. Unempowered glaive, throw the empowered one between. On this fight, you can use souls and I-beam defensively. And I'll show what I mean when I can. Okay, we're getting good RNG with that. Again, throwing the glaive after an unempowered blade dance at the end of that Thrill the Fight window. So I have souls down. And I'm going to be I-beaming here, and I'm just going to be perfectly healthy. Between all the souls that I had there, because I had 5 down, press Sigil Spite, that's about 60% of your health bar on 9 souls. And then throwing your I-beam into the window with 20% leech doing your burst window, it's a very significant amount of HPS into yourself, and it's a hell of a lot better than blur presses on a given intermission. This next one, I'm not going to be in this window for, so I will press blur on this one. I'm going to hold Blade Dance at global, and Deflecting Dance blocks the actual smashes from Awaken the Swamp. Deflecting Dances are a talent that gives you 15% of your health as a shield against direct hits. Also, we gotta be careful here because he's baiting to our left. If he baits over there, he baits over there. It's fine, but we're good. But yeah, this talent here, and it only works on direct damage, so it doesn't work on the dot from the fight, Razor Choke Veins, but it does work when you're getting slammed in this intermission. Now, same thing, I'm throwing my Sigil of Spite here, I'm Blade Dancing, and I'm just picking up all my souls. I'm now going into my meta window, stopping moving so that I can hunt. Does it work for hierarchies as well? Yes. That's how I played this fight, and that's how you kind of have to. Obviously, like, playing this with Shamrock's healing, there's going to be a lot more going into us, period. But I try to make things easier this way. Same thing, Blade Dance there. And especially when you're hitting those empowered Blade Dances and you're pumping like 10 million into the boss with 20% leaked up, you're getting a shield for 15% of your health, which is going to be typically, at that time, like 2.4 million, and then leeching just off that Blade Dance itself is going to be like another 2.3 mil into you. So it's very significant. And then you just try to not pick up souls constantly the whole fight, because there's going to be ebb and flow to your healer's healing, and whenever your health is like getting lower, that's kind of when you want to go and press it, in my opinion. You've wasted so many globals on bosses, then yeah, you do not rotationally Chaos Nova or Sigil of Misery on bosses. Here,
Kick.
I hate doing these together, but I'm going to kill off purple. And I'm going to use my stuns on these guys. I think you want to stun the inspectors out. And I'm going to Fierce Sigil the next ones. No Fierce Sigil now. Actually, only got one of them.
Kick.
One of the casters is dead, so I'm good. I'm going to swap to the Inspector.
Beware. Beware.
That one out there is dead, so I'm just focusing this Inspector here. And yeah, priority to me is kill one caster off in this pull, and then hit Inspectors when you're down to one caster, because healer wants to be able to dispel that debuff, but also needs to get a dispel on the tank every so often. And if you have both up, they need to be constantly dispelling. It's incredibly dangerous, both for your tank and for your group in a high key. Same thing here.
Kick.
Beware.
I'm going to kill off Star, because it's the most likely one to get more cleave. This is going to be my meta window. It's metaing there, so I'm not really scared about dying. One of them's dead, so I can swap to the Jump Starter now. Again, you just want to kill a caster off in this pull first.
Beware.
I'm gonna imprison out that cast. I'm just gonna blur because I'm getting lightning bolted again. We have every kick up in the world and no one's pressing. Unlucky, but it's 16, so fine.
Beware.
Looking for the frontals before I I-beam. And always watching the timer on those inspectors. They jump every about 10 seconds, so if you I-beam during one, it's going to line up again 2 jumps later.
Beware.
You do not pair idle to meta. Half of the value of idle itself is in its own press, and you just don't want to hold trinkets. Yeah, you never pair it. I'm going to cleave these even, because key level. And now that the healer's healing seems to be falling off a bit, I'll drop Darkness here. Move back into it. Nice little 30 mil Darkness. And 2 target is more effective than single target with my glaive, so I am just sending into this. I just want to have 1 glaive going into boss minimum. And at this point, I'm going to blur. We didn't start our boss RP early, but that's fine. Healer needs mana anyway. I'm gonna meta instantly when it's up here. Actually, I'm not, because I'm only going to get 2 metas on this fight anyway. I'm going to save this one to immune a dot. So if I get the dot here, I will be immuning it. I didn't get this one. I'll still immune next, because again, I'm only going to get 2 metas anyway on this fight. I might only get 1 on this key level because of this, but it should be 2 in any regular key. These water puddles you don't need to worry about at all unless they're getting electrified. They do absolutely nothing otherwise. They also don't really do anything after they've been electrified. Gigazap is coming here, so I'm just going to stand off to the side, and I'm going to meta immune. So I just don't get the debuff, don't get hit. In really high keys, it's necessary. This key, obviously, it's not, but very necessary for higher push content, especially if your healer struggles on this fight. And same thing in this phase, Blade Dance Shield works. So Deflecting Dance works against that tick. It also works against Gigazap, and doing whatever you can for Gigazap is really big. It's such a dangerous mechanic. So like right here, I'm going to have a bunch of souls on the ground, and it's fine. The next one's going on me now, guaranteed. It always splits 2 and 2. I'm mobile, so I'm just gonna kind of edge mine over this way and then take it to this. So this is gonna be a Gigazap on me, and I'm gonna Blade Dance this one. Blade Dance it, and then I'm going into an I-beam window for self-healing, picking up souls as I need them. Don't touch puddles while you're electrocuted. You will electrocute them and stun them. Same with, these will get stunned when they get shot with a beam, so don't be near it. That guy's getting stunned now. He lived. But yeah, you don't have to be in the puddle to get stunned. If you are near it when it gets electrocuted, it doesn't AoE zap. So on this one, I don't have Blur. I'm not going to hold Blade Dance, because if I get it, I'm Nether Walking. I don't get it. They're really fucked for space. They just electrocuted a puddle. That's fine. We should just go straight across this. And I'm still doing the same thing with my glaives, although I'm going to start spending now, because I obviously have a lot of them. And I'm going to meta immune again. This is bad for damage, obviously, but I got meta immune twice in the fight. Ideal. Again, these don't actually do anything when they're electrocuted. They just have a little thing on the ground that ticks you. Fight's done, and I still have Netherwalk, so I'm just going to burn Blur here to make this easier to heal on my healer. And if this goes on me, it would be a Netherwalk. Okay, hopefully for anyone that gets to watch that in the future, that was helpful.